Welcome to Chat with Me on this side. Today we have a very special guest. We have the Jarrod Cardona.
Hello, how you doing?
Isn't he awesome? I mean, first of all, he's got the most awesome hair. Love it.
It's okay.
This great physique. But you know why he's got that? Well, one, he works hard. And number two, he is a personal trainer.
Yep.
But not just any trainer. He is the crazy trainer.
Absolutely. Very proud.
Jarrod, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I really am. Thank you.
So, personal training is not easy.
Nope.
Right? How in the world did you get into this career?
Well, I got my actual degree in school in exercise science and kinesiology from UCF. So I spent my time studying anatomy and physiology.
That's impressive.
I'd say I got into my own physical journey based off I was unhappy with the way I looked in the mirror. It was the first thing I see every day, and I knew truthfully that when I would look, it wasn't my best version.
Okay.
And that eventually started to eat me at a point in my life in college during a crazy transition period anyways, where we're all kind of struggling with that.
Figure out like who we are, what we want to be. Okay.
Everything's up in the air and there's no form of security, and starting to grasp onto what can I ground myself onto, what can I hold on to, what's something that's mine.
So you weren't athletic as a kid. It didn't start until college?
I was always athletic.
Okay.
Naturally athletic, very proud of that.
Okay.
I played lots of sports, but I never did self-care. And those are two different things for me.
I love that you distinguished that for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I played a lot of sports, but inside my head, I was very much inside my head instead of being present in moments when I should have been living and experiencing life and all good feelings. I was spending time in here.
Yeah.
And that showed, let's say, on the basketball court sometimes during moments that I was needed to be present.
Okay.
And so I would say, yeah, very athletic, but even my nutrition and diet, I loved Oreos, and I like sitting on the computer and playing like role-playing games, like online games, video games, and I would just keep eating the Oreos and Oreos, and I would go through a whole pack sometimes. So binge eating was a big struggle for me and still is, and it's something that I very much stay as conscious of as I can all day.
Okay.
So
it's not just what you're eating, it's how much of it that you were eating at the time.
Yep.
Now, you can still have an Oreo every once in a while, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as long as you limit it.
Absolutely. Just being smart.
Just being smart.
Just being smart, being aware, being present, making sure that you're making other choices to optimize the direction you want to go in, and keeping things that you still enjoy in your life, because what's life without variety?
Yes. Okay. So once you made that choice, you said, okay, I don't like what I'm seeing in the mirror. This is what I want to do. Did you do this on your own, or did you go get support, or how did you?
I would say I always struggled with reaching out for support, which was a big piece of why I ended up doing it on my own. I didn't want to show that I felt weak, I think, to anybody, including like...
There's no weakness.
Whether it's family, friends, and that was a big piece of it. I didn't want to ask for help. That's scary. Because that means that you're showing that you're not perfect and that you have room for growth and that others can see that. And so I took it upon myself, and I would say that throughout the repetitions over and over and over again, consistently of saying whether it was no to ice cream at the end of the day, every single day, or instead of having 2 bowls of Honey Nut Cheerios, I would have 1 bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios. And that repetition and consistency led to, I think, me falling. I started to really love myself based off investing in myself through motions. And the more I moved with intent, the more I began truly living with intent. And that was a big factor that happened a few years into my own journey, was feeling my body and connecting to it differently. And it led to a lot of other focus abilities.
That's amazing. I love that you started to love yourself, no matter what shape you're in, no matter what you're eating, no matter what. We all need to find that. And if it makes you love yourself more by, being healthy and doing those things, then that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So you got in shape.
Yep.
And you went through the degree program. So you decided, this isn't just for me. I need to take my knowledge and my love of this and share it with others.
Similar journey. It was getting to that point, but it had like 2 factors. I had originally, and I'm from a family that It's a great family, and they imagined that I would go on to like physical therapy school and to move on to a secure position, because personal training, there is no security. As you know, when you run your own business or being an entrepreneur, you're always at risk.
Okay.
There is no security. So going to physical therapy school was the ideal program that I was going to be doing. I took a lot of prerequisites, and after studying it for like a summer and observing, it was very boring for me, and it was very repetitive. And I found that everybody's having a knee replacement, a hip replacement, a bulging disc, a lower back issue, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And for
It
me,
didn't spark, it didn't ignite that passion.
nope. And I was like, why is this happening? Because nobody's moving with intent properly. We're not walking properly. We're not doing lots of little things. And then I did one group training my last semester at UCF, which is awesome, called it Buns and Guns.
Buns and guns.
Yeah, so
I
like
love
the
it.
buns and the guns.
And the guns.
Yeah.
Oh, you got those guns. Let me see them again.
Boom.
Okay.
We have a gun control policy here, so I'm gonna keep it down. So that first class, I knew right then and there I didn't have an interest in PT school.
Okay.
Just being around the right energy in the room and feeling the vibrations of other people being excited and being like, man, I'm curious what this is gonna be, and that kind of like pressure a little bit of like, man, I gotta put on a show.
Yeah.
I gotta give them a great time that I would want. And that led to a whole other chapter of empathy and into my career down the road. I didn't initially plan to be a trainer. That was not my...
No.
Nope. That was not my plan. I wanted to keep eating Oreos growing up and playing basketball. But that is what occurred. I just fell in love with that group training and realized like, I need to do this. I think I can very much help people see new perspectives and mentalities that would very much connect with them and resonate to keep them consistent for themselves.
I really think that's the toughest part. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm going to admit this to you right now, right here, that I have lost 30, even 40 pounds. And then I just, over a few years, gain it right back. So that's the hardest part for me, is that maintenance, that maintaining.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I'm
good
also
for
kind
you,
of like
yeah.
an emotional eater. So it's like, you
I
know.
understand, yeah.
Well, we'll talk after the show. But
Or eat.
or eat. So what made you become from trainer to the crazy trainer? Like, how did that transition happen?
That's cool. So as soon as I graduated with my degree in kinesiology, I went to LA Fitness. I went to another private studio, didn't really feel the vibrations there. I didn't understand it. And I went to LA Fitness. It was big. It was a corporation. I'm from Miami, so I don't know anybody. Gets us actually go into this giant tank of people and maybe also meeting some people. And within like 4 months, I had 85 clients I was seeing regularly, which was over 40 hours of personal training sessions, which was amazing for my experience. But within a year and a half, I began to emotionally go nuts.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, it was just a lot of other people's emotions coming at me.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand how to not absorb other people's momentum and days that they were having. If they were having a bad day and would project on me, I would take that energy in and I wouldn't get rid of it and maybe project it on somebody else. And I realized like a lot of imbalances on my own emotional charts were happening towards the end of that experience, which, you know, was a lot of anxiety, to be honest, that I wasn't acknowledging for very long periods of time. I just didn't want to. And so that kind of made me, because I would have a couple breakdowns. And so eventually I was like, why is this happening? And a year and a half in, they actually removed me from the facility. They didn't want me there anymore based off another trainer who had self-branded, did his own thing.
Wow.
And they were like, you're going to do the same thing because your clients are month to month. So we're not going to let you, which I wasn't ready for because I didn't have a at all business understanding of how it works. I didn't have a website. I was still making my website, and was removed from the facility. The day of that same night, I started at a private training facility in Winter Park and contracted there for 11 months. Good experience, not so good parts, but that's okay. I learned a lot being around colleagues and what not to do, in my opinion, and what to do, and how to focus a little bit more. And I definitely got in tune with my own self that year I was there. And I learned the value of human connection being there. Because I didn't realize when I left LA Fitness that I would have, 10 to 15 people follow and want to come train with me, which I broke down a few times because you don't always realize your own value from your own angle, And then you take a big step back and you can see the the energy that you've given out is potentially invaluable for others. And that hit me very hard when I was having that year there. Then eventually just had some headbutting with one of my colleagues. We didn't feel it was the right environment for my people, and we saw things differently with how we communicate and how we want to take biomechanics to another level. And I had pretty much become the crazy trainer. Like that last few months, I had self-branded myself, and I decided I'm the crazy trainer. I'm nuts. My people love me. Crazy equals passion. I am that passionate.
I love it.
And I need to get the world to know that, because crazy is what makes the world go round properly and it makes it run in a different direction. And that's why I love that you said in the beginning, like, I'm crazy. That's good, because crazy creates change and influence if you do it properly.
Nice. And that's what you're doing.
That is definitely what I'm doing.
So how can people find you?
So I have my phone number that I'll hand out. It's 305-495-6569. Reach out to me. You can text me, and I would happily set up a phone consultation with you. I have an email as well, Jarrod.Cardona@gmail.com. So you can write that out, right?
Yep,
cool.
You got it. And
Sweet.
an Instagram?
Awesome. And my Instagram handle is @thecrazytrainer. Everything is together. There is, that's it, The Crazy Trainer. And you can message me on there. You can see some
awesome videos of crazy things that he does in his workouts. I love it. I love following you. I think you guys will too. So make sure you check him out. Jarrod, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, guys. Seriously, it's nice to talk about it. Thank you.
Yay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, take care of yourselves and don't forget to take care of each other.
Yeah. Do that.